Hello, everybody, and I am back. I'm trying to do my videos more regularly, so yeah, but I'm not doing so great at that. So I might end up just posting more videos this week or whatever. I'm not very consistent, but anyways, get that all out of the way. Uh, so I am going to talk about a controversial topic, like very controversial for some reason. Um, and it's kind of now. Honestly, when I first started hearing things, okay, so it's the rape stuff, you know, and you know, rape is a very serious thing, and it should be gone about seriously. It should be treated seriously. And so I've been seeing all these posts around that saying, "Oh, don't ask a woman any questions. Don't if they come to you and say that they've been raped, believe them." You know, and it's like, I'm sorry, but I'm what? um, because, like I said, it's a serious topic, and to just believe somebody without any question um, is not taking it seriously. It really isn't, and it's kind of sick and gross to be like that. Um, because unfortunately, the truth is that people do make women, whoever, will make false accusations about this stuff. And and of course, obviously, men could do the same thing, but it's still obviously this usually has more to do with women. I actually did not know about the why it started popping up all over the place. I just kind of saw it all over the place. I was like, what? Why are you saying this crap? And eventually I found out about the some sort of judge thing. I don't know a lot about it, so I'm not actually going to dive into that specific thing. From my understanding, is that they haven't found evidence to actually accuse him, like to actually say that yes, he did rape somebody. And so because of that, I guess he's still gonna have a job as a judge or whatever. And um, I don't really know a lot about the case because I don't really. It's not a thing I really want to look up and get into too much, but just so I'm more talking less on the political side and more on the social side of these situations. And this is to be clear, this is more day to day than like some huge political scheme of some sort, because honestly, like, that stuff's just politics is complicated in itself, and it's honestly it's like politics is like official drama. Like, it's organized drama. That is what politics is. That is legitimately it. So yeah, um, I do not think you know you should just believe a woman, or even a man who's been raped. You shouldn't believe anybody without any type of skepticism to it. Like, now if they're really close to you, I'm gonna say be smart. If you know they're a chronic liar, yeah, maybe maybe not believe them. If they're, if you know that they can actually be trusted, then yeah. But if it's a person who is more, you don't really know the person that well, like maybe they're an acquaintance or a coworker or something like that, be skeptical. And that's harsh, but you wouldn't do the same thing for someone who's done any other crime. Well, of course, honestly, people are gullible as hell and will actually believe anything anybody says. You know, so I'm going to get into this of just saying, so what qualifies as rape? Because that can also be difficult too. That for some reason that's controversial. To me, rape is not having consent, not having having sex, and telling that person no. So what are things that people say is rape, but it's not to me? I'd say if you say maybe, if you say fine, just to kind of shut them up, that's not rape. I'm sorry. That does. If you are in a situation where you're just having sex to shut somebody up, that does suck. Yeah, they're being a dick, and that shouldn't be the case, but that is not rape. And being hesitant on saying yes or no, like maybe saying maybe or like or something questionable, and you go ahead and go through with it. I'm sorry, that's not rape. You need to be more sure about it. There's a lot of talk that can really go into. Be sure that you want to have sex. Like, and if you're not sure, don't. I'm sorry, just don't. And obviously it's okay if you're nervous, but like if you're really like, I don't know if I actually want to do this, then don't. Just don't. And if the guy or girl or whatever gets pissy at you and keeps harassing you, tell them to back the fuck off or leave. Seriously. Let's see. Okay. So yeah. Like I said, just the whole thing of like, yeah. I think I got that clear. Hopefully, if you have more questions on that, I guess comments. I'm bad at checking that too, though. So, so I just believing somebody blindly, regardless of the crime. The more serious the crime is, though, the more you should be hesitant to believe somebody right off the bat. I'm not saying not to start, trying to investigate. Yeah, you should investigate. That's a thing, You should really. And I'm talking about, once again, if it's an acquaintance or if it's a coworker or something like that, or someone, or maybe someone you're just kind of getting to know, or peers or whatever, be skeptical. Like, at least, believe the woman as much as her saying, I have been raped, as much as the guy saying, I didn't do it. So, yeah, I mean, if you would believe both of them at the same time, that's if you would believe both of them blindly, that's chill. Go ahead. whatever. Um, I say believe smartly because honestly, there are some people in this world, they're just scum. They are just scum, honestly. And they will do anything to harm somebody that they don't like. They will do anything to ruin someone's life. And then there are good people in this world too, though. There are people who can't freaking lie for their damn life. Um, I edge really close to that end. I'm not a good person, but I'm stupidly honest. Oh, I'm not good at all. I'm honestly, I, I'm neutral but not moral kind of person. Um, I just give facts out what they are, and if you're going to abide by morality, I give suggestions. Um, but yeah, it's just yeah, and I have had somebody in my life who was falsely accused of rape, and that's not okay. And the shitty thing is you can ruin whole families with that shit. And that is just. I'm sorry, but if you're comparing ruining someone's entire family, or at least like immediate family, um, versus the trauma of one person, I mean, if you want to go at it from a utilitarian approach, obviously, the family would probably be, more people would be more important to. Actually, gosh, no, that. Oh dear God, I think I just opened a box of. That's gonna get misinterpreted so bad. Um, can I recover from this, you guys? Can I do it? um, so just realize that could probably sound like I'm defending a rapist, but honestly, I'm just saying if you're really in an. What I mean by this is if you are in an unknown spot of whether or not the person has done it, if you're gonna risk someone's innocence, and it's like you just don't know which one to believe, I'm sorry, but you're better off saving the family's heartache over something that can't really be fixed. Anyways, if it did or did not happen for one person. And like I said, I mean, you gotta have proof. It's a cruel fact. It's not. It's a cruel world, and I'm sorry. And if you have been raped and you did not have proof, I'm very sorry. I am very sorry for you. I really am, because that sucks. That just freaking sucks. But from a legal perspective, there's not much you can do. And you might be you might be different from other people, but in the eyes of a neutral face, you got you know you're going to be judged the same as anybody else. That, or at least that's the way it is supposed to be. It doesn't always go that way. And yeah, I'm not, yeah, some guys get off the hook even though, it's like they did in fact rape, and that's not okay. That is fucked up. But it's not okay to blindly believe somebody who says they've been raped. And I'm gonna make this clear because I know I'm saying girls and guys a lot, but that's the most common cases you hear of. Guys do get raped. Women can rape. It's a thing. And so, but yeah, I mean, if you're trying to say that, oh, no one actually falsely accuses people, I'm sorry. I actually do know someone who was, in fact, falsely accused because I was there at the time, claimed, but also the guy is honest to a fault, and the girl is a chronic liar who is known to go sleep around with guys anyways. So, like, not to say because she's a slut she deserves to get raped or anything, because that's not okay either. But, but honestly, like, the chances of her just, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna go into that much. But yeah, just understand, I'm not saying just because you're a slut you can get raped. No consequences to the person, because that's still not okay, even if you are a slut. Like, but in all reality, it's probably harder to rape you, and you probably are wanting sex anyways. Jeez, I am going to get hate on this video. I just know it. Watch this. Watch this be the only video people actually watch. Did I mention I don't have charisma, you guys? Did I mention that? But yeah, I mean, well, the most important factor of that is being an honest person versus a chronic liar. If you know somebody who lies and lies constantly, I'm sorry, I ain't gonna believe you. You're just, and I'm sorry if you actually did get raped, but damn it, you're playing the boy who cried wolf. Really? Oh, and not to mention the guy was also just, he was so stressed out with life in general, and specifically with her, that, you know, kind of just being a bitch all the time and causing drama in his life, that, it's like, that, he just wasn't sexually active anyways. Or at least not that I know of. I mean, he's sexually active with his wife, but not like... but not like in a, I'm gonna go rape somebody. I don't even think he would be interested in that specific chick, because, yeah, it's like he has a family and shit. I'm staying very, I'm keeping everything on a no name, no indication basis, just for the people's sake. So I'm just saying. Oh man. What other notes do I have in here? Oh. So yeah, I mean, you guys just be smart. Now, if it is somebody who's really close to you in your personal life, if they're chronic liar, don't believe them anyways. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, or at least be skeptical, unless you can get, like, really good evidence. Because I'm sorry, women do that. They lie, and they do shitty things. Oh, come on, computer. Stop being stupid. Okay, good. Making sure everything's still running smoothly. My computer doesn't always like me. But yeah, I mean, and honestly, if you are a victim who, if you are the one exception to everything I'm saying, I'm sorry, but this is just a general rule. It sucks for you. It really does. And I'm sorry that happened. But you cannot honestly expect a neutral source to believe you anyways. You know, you cannot, you just can't. And you know, that's the shitty part of life. And I do wish that there was a better way to prove, you know, whether or not a woman or man or whatever is lying. But unfortunately, any lie detector tests we have ain't the best, because honestly, you can really trick those, honestly. Or if you have anxiety, you know, you probably always seem like you're lying, so um man, it's, yeah, so just, I know I've said this a lot, but believe smartly, okay? Think, use your brain, because this is a topic that should be taken seriously. It should be treated seriously, and you know, so yeah, I mean, you know, think about it. And if somebody's coming to you in like tears, go ahead, comfort them. You know, that's not the time to be skeptical. But when it comes to the court of law, when it comes to getting justice or whatever, or getting somebody fired, believe smartly. Don't just believe somebody blindly unless you would honestly believe both sides blindly. Like, seriously. And I guess that's a good segue into next topic, is next whatever part of this is just, you know, oh man, I lost it. I totally lost it for a moment there. Oh, is it ever the girl's fault for being raped? Short answer, no. Long answer, so like, with, if you are dressing up and trying to look sexy, don't be surprised if people are doing that crap to you. If you, it is a dick move if you are being flirtatious and kind of teasing them on. That is a dick move, and I hope you get slapped. But you know, it is not okay for someone to try to force you to have sex, even if you are being a bitch. Yeah, I mean, it's just a fact of life. You know, so the whole thing of like, based on what the person's wearing, okay, yes, it is still the rapist's fault. That is not an excuse for them. However, be smart. You know, oh, yeah. That also reminds me of just, I was originally going to say before I got into that stuff, is just, you know, it really is a, I meant to bring this up before I went into the other stuff, but rape is a serious thing, and like, you know, you should not Oh, okay. I'm a doof. Um, I'm a derp. Okay. So, I mixed up two I mixed up the two placement of my topics, and I knew I did something like that. Okay, I'm gonna take the is it the girl's fault ever? Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and finish that, and then we'll segue into what I was originally going to go into. Because honestly, this video is probably one of my better videos so far, because I'm actually talking ish. I don't know. Damn it. I'm gonna distract myself. I'm gonna jinx it, you guys. Uh, I'm sorry. I get goofy and giggly when I'm nervous too, so this is not a oh ha ha I'm making fun of rape. No, no, no. This is just a I'm nervous kind of thing. Um and also I like to try to lighten the mood a bit because honestly it is a serious topic. And yeah. So, is it ever the woman's fault? I already mentioned just kind of if you're walking around, if you are, at a bar and you're like in a freaking skirt where you can see your crotch hairs, and you're the only thing not, you have so much cleavage that if there was any more, your whole boob would just be out. Um, if you're dressing up like that, I'm sorry, but like, and especially if you're an attractive lady, don't be surprised. Really, don't be surprised. And like, because the fact is if someone's raping you, like actually like forcing you to have sex with them, they don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your personality, or maybe in rare cases they do, but or more. Bleh. Now this one, okay. First off, this is actually more of a if you're with a boyfriend or if you're like or you're getting raped by a stranger kind of thing. And so don't be surprised if you are dressing up sexy that you're getting sexual attention. It's just shit that happens. Be smart about where you are. Be careful. I mean, like it's kind of the same way of if like if a guy dresses up like a creep, or just dresses comfortably, and he just kind of looks like shit because he just really doesn't care about his appearance. People are going to avoid him. People are not going to treat him good. They might not. In some cases, they might get treated bad, but versus somebody who actually is dressing up either decently or nice. It's just dress is everything, and it's why you dress up to go to an interview. It's why you might dress up to go on a date. I don't know. And I'm not saying that it's right. In fact, it's freaking wrong, guys. Like, seriously, chill out. Keep your dick in your pants. Because honestly, it's just... Because honestly, if you're raping somebody just because they look sexy, there's a chance that they don't care about your personality. They don't care who you are as a person. They just care about your body. And if you're like, oh, but that's not sexualizing, that's objectifying. Well, I'm sorry, y'all, but yeah, That's exactly what it is, because they don't give a shit about who you are. They give a shit about your freaking body. And if you're too damn dense to get that, get off my chin. Get it and go. But yeah. And not to say that it's right, because it is wrong. It is so fucking wrong. Like, and it is wrong. Even if the lady is like sexy and teasing you and whatever, keep your dick in your pants. I know it sucks. They're being a bitch. Just saying. Like, that's not cool. It'd be kind of like, it's like somebody trying to play with the lady's emotions. Like, and honestly, I'm just like, dude, if a guy plays with your emotion because you teased him on, I can't feel sympathy for you. I really can't. But but that's still not, it's kind of like someone being a bitch is still not a reason to hit somebody. You know, you know, violence is never the answer for anything. And yeah, I mean, so yeah, it's never really the girl's fault. It really never is. Because it's kind of like, at the end of the day, it is the choices that the guy made. However, be smart about where you are. If you are in a sketchy part of town, maybe keep your chest covered. Maybe, maybe get a little longer skirt. Because, honestly, like, you're probably less likely to, if you dress up like some nun or something, maybe, or like a Pentecostal, you're probably less likely to get raped. That was terrible. I'm an awful person. But yeah, it's just, it's really complicated, because it's kind of like, yeah, at the end of the day, it's up to the guy and the choices that he makes. And if you really want to get philosophical about that, I could even go into, like, I could still create excuses, but because this is normal day society, I'm not going to go into that. So yeah, ladies, be smart about where you are and the actions that you do, because honestly, if you're kind of leading a guy on, yeah, you're gonna make them horny. And if they are not a decent enough person, they might go ahead and take advantage of you. They might not do the smart thing, the decent thing, and just go to the bathroom or go home and just kind of play with themselves. It's still not right for you to lead them on, but two wrongs don't make a right. Let's keep it at that, basically. And just, like I said, be smart about where you are, because and this can be said for even guys too, in different situations. Be smart where you are, what you're doing in every situation, because honestly, yeah, life happens. And life doesn't care if you're a girl or a boy. And so I'm going to go ahead and stop with that point on that, because I think I made it clear. I think my last point is, how serious should rape crimes be taken? And I do think that they get taken too seriously sometimes. it is serious. It really is, but um, and this is where I would also go as far as to say rape culture is not a thing, because honestly, if you rape somebody, yeah, and especially if you get proven that you have, your fucking life is ruined. And there, hell, people who murder and kick puppy dogs are probably going to come and kick your ass because in fact, they will come kick your ass because you raped somebody. Especially, oh my gosh, even the shittiest of people will come after you. And the thing about it is, it gets me because it's like you treat it more seriously um, than like murder or something like that. I think the only thing that gets taken more seriously is like terrorism and maybe torturing puppies and children is like a good rival with it. And that's kind of fucked up because I mean, you know, it's like I'm sorry, but I would have to say murder is probably worse than rape. Um, and that can be hard to hear, but like just from a because yeah, I mean there's a lot that can be taken into that, but I mean like if you had to choose between rape somebody or kill somebody, you would probably kill somebody first, or at least that is the way our society treats it, and I don't think that's okay. Um, like I said, it's still a very serious thing, and it should be treated as such, but it should be treated about in the same realm as someone who's being physically assaulted or something. Because damn, that can be traumatizing too. I mean, yeah, you talk about the mental health shit that comes after rape, but you know, there is stuff that comes after physical assault. And so it should be treated about the same as that. Um, but people would love to just say, no, rape isn't bad. And, honestly, I'm just kind of like, I hate whenever people are like, any man that rapes a woman should have their dick cut off. And I swear I hear this from both sides too. Like, this is the only thing that Republicans and freaking Democrats can agree on. Is like, if it is proven that they have raped somebody, cut their dicks off. And I am just like, no. No. Um, mm-mm. Like, damn. I mean, actually, and even some people, even on both sides of Democrats and Republicans, is like they're like, you know, sometimes they don't even ask for proof. They just say their dick should be cut off. I'm like, okay, how do you feel about female mutilation? What about females who rape people? What about the females who falsely accused somebody? Yeah, think about that. Um, because yes, I mean, it's a it's a messed up crime. But if you're treating it better than like, if you're treating that crime worse than murder or attempt of murder or physical assault or whatever, like if you wouldn't say, oh, if somebody killed somebody, you should cut their freaking arms off. Or, if someone murdered somebody, you're not gonna say, that person should be murdered. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you don't have room to talk. I'm sorry, but you cannot say that you are against torture and against the death penalty if you would be okay with cutting someone's dick off. Um, just because they raped. So yeah, I mean, we should treat it seriously, but we should not treat it like it is the worst thing on the face of the earth, because honestly, there are worse things, and that can be hard to hear, especially because it is a bad thing. And if you have been raped, you should know that, yeah, that's something worse than that is pretty damn bad. So yeah, I had, this is just me putting in my 2 cents on it. I don't really like to talk about rape because I have not personally been raped myself, or, sexually assaulted. Honestly, the closest thing to that is like, would be like fear that I was going to get raped by a female that I lived with. So, yeah, don't come, don't come whining to me over, oh, you should believe women, regardless, or women can't rape, or whatever. Because, sorry to break it, women can rape. Guys can be raped by women. And unfortunately, those cases really go unheard of because it's just kind of like the damn guys feel even more ashamed because not only is it just kind of embarrassing, but it's, it's embarrassing to their damn manhood. Like, they're like, and, they're afraid that they're not going to be taken seriously. Or worse, somehow it's going to get turned on them, and somehow they're going to be accused of raping. There are many reasons why guys don't report it. And that's screwed up too. So yeah, I mean, don't come to me with this, oh, only men can rape and only women can be victims and only me, because honestly, it's that black and white thinking that has us in a shithole of a society that we are right now. Because y'all don't know how to. Okay, I'm done insulting. But yeah, just, I don't really like to talk about it, but because I do know people personally who have been falsely accused. And I do know people who have been, sexually harassed, and who are some sort of sexual assault victims. And, so I do know both sides of it. And being someone who has gone from female to male, I also understand both sides of it, and I honestly don't notice much different treatment. I mean, like, obviously, different sexes are gonna flirt with me or whatever. Honestly, I never even had that much to begin with, so, but, I really haven't noticed any difference except kind of flip-flop of what genders are interacting with me, I guess. Now females are kind of more like, they're more cautious about getting around me. at least until they know I'm trans or know that I'm gay as hell. um, and as a female, guys kind of just guys were a lot more distant, honestly. Like, just I've seen the dark side of both sides too. So it's I've seen good and bad. Guess what? They're all human. Both sexes are stupid, smart, bad, good, whatever. But yeah, I mean that's enough on that. Um, like I said, I'm hoping that I covered all my bases, so I don't have to come back to this topic, because I would rather not come back to this topic, because once again, it is a serious topic. I do feel bad for those who are victims, especially if you can't get justice because of the proof issue. Because it does suck. It really does. But yeah, I mean, just like I said, I just want to get my bases covered, because I'd rather not have to ever come back to this topic, because honestly, it's a topic I'm not as familiar with, due to anything, that would happen with me, so I'd rather not, because it's less personal for me, I'd rather not get back into it. But because I do know people, and this is just a topic that's been going around like crazy, and it has been affecting me a little bit on a personal level, because thinking of if those people, if those people did get like thrown into prison because they were accused of rape, and how that would affect my life, really. And seeing people just act like it's nothing, it's kind of upsetting. It really is. And so I want to give the best info I can at the most neutral level that I can, and this is the best I could do. If you want a more biased person, I would say, someone who has been sexually assaulted, who is who has probably a similar opinion to mine, or maybe if you want to hear an opinion from someone who gets more, who's actually known on YouTube. Blair White is, I love her channel, I really do, and I would just, she can talk more from experience than I can. So, and she made some really good points that I can't make, because one, I'm very neutral and about things. Or at least I try to be, and I have not gone through it personally, whereas she has. So I really did like actually listening to that video, and yeah, just a suggestion. And thank you for watching this potentially long ass video. Bye.